typing pattern.
Yeah. All right. I take the hint.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Did you know that the U.S. has more nuclear submarines than the whole of Europe? Yeah, you guys need to catch up on that one.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't
Thanks for the
know.
Kishwa trivia, man.
Yeah. I don't know why you guys are behind, but we've been putting out nuclear submarines consistently ever since we developed the nuke. You thought that the Manhattan Project was the end of it, but actually you have a project for every city in the United States, and they're all nuclear submarines. Intellectual conversation about muting a mic. Yeah, that's what you guys come to the stream for, right? It's for the Pocahontas references and for the mic muting. When you paint with all the colors of the wind.
Oh my god.
You just put this giant purple dot on it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
like a tribal. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Frank, that's perfect.
A little four.
I see what you've done. Did you know
What?
that David Cameron wants to remove encryption because of a terrorist threat? I didn't. You know, David Cameron is exactly like James Cameron, a visionary, a true director of man.
Yeah, just like Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, they're all the same person, actually. Oh, thank you to Infinity and Beyond. That's not my real singing voice. My real singing voice is in the bass register. I'll be pulling that one out later to fulfill FlameFoxx's wish about karaoke. What about Kirk Cameron? Kirk Cameron is a completely different individual, Cody. Um, I'm almost ashamed that you would try and connect those things.
I mean, Cody.
The important part, as you can see here, is that there's always one member on the team that you have to ostracize when they try and join in. It keeps the power structure dynamic. And if they feel isolated, then they give you better work. It's the Pete Townsend effect. You sequester them away from the rest of the band, and they write whole albums for you. That's what we're doing here.
Oh, look at that.
Did you know that the NSA planned to force companies to lower encryption to a point where it can be decrypted by the NSA and nobody else? Did you know I'm not from the UK? Hashtag wrecked. Double Brian, you may not be from the UK, but you're closer to the UK than the US, and that makes you an enemy. If this is the war of northern aggression, I'll take on all of you northerners with my nuclear submarines. Anything north of the Mason-Dixon line is actionable? Is that the word? I don't know. This whole northern war of northern aggression thing being associated with the South just makes me so unhappy. There's so few people who believe that now. Like, it's only the 90-year-olds. And they're hanging on for dear life. Like, that generation just wants their hate to live on. But they have, at least 5,000 years of human life standing in the face of their immortality project. Even if they make it to 115 years old, what are the odds that they're actually able to carry through their hateful agenda of getting back at the Union? I've hidden an image of Kirk Cameron in every piece of concept art I've done. Oh, Cody. Cody, if you had managed to do that, I would promote you. I'd give you a pay raise of $1. I can't afford that, but I would give it to you.
What? What? No.
If you could point out every single Kirk Cameron that you had added to every concept piece and we hadn't noticed, I mean, don't you think that's deserving of something, Frank?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a big achievement.
That would be gigantic. Like all the
Gigantic.
time I've spent like looking at the Cavalier folders, if I didn't notice a Kirk Cameron in every single thing, they are there for you to find. Okay, Cody. All right. I'm not drunk enough yet to go look. Maybe later.
Okay, what's the next order of business here? I'm just fooling around right now. I'm just doing whatever,
Whatever you want.
yeah, whatever I want.
Pull
I'm kind
back.
of,
Pull back from the image.
let's pull back. We don't want a pregnant image.
Okay. What do you notice about the image immediately?
Immediately, what do I notice about the image? I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess of colors.
Why is it a mess?
Why is it a mess? I don't know.
Frank, I'm going to need you to analyze with me.
Mm.
What is it that's making it messy?
I mean, there's everything's messy actually. The colors, the background, the foreground. What are you seeing, Kirby?
My job is not to see, it's to help you see.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing, Frank. From what everyone else is saying, this is a beautiful image, and I don't disagree. It is very pretty. And some of the messiness is actually adding to the effect of the image, I think. What is it that makes it feel disunified to you? Why aren't you in love with it yet?
Oh, I think it's kind of bland. It needs more definition, kind of everywhere.
Okay.
It's kind of muddy, I would call it.
Where would you target those?
No, I would just basically recolor from scratch, maybe.
The
Maybe
whole
take
thing?
this, yeah, maybe and recolor this. Yeah, why not? It's man, oof, iterations of
Okay.
something strong. But I don't know, maybe for another day.
Okay. Well, Frank, I won't argue with you there. Um, because I think iteration is the heart of design and improvement in any pursuit.
Hmm.
Um, if you were going to target one specific area that you wanted to change, what would it be? If you had to only iterate in one place and the rest of the image was fixed. Like, let's say your deadline was 10 minutes from now.
Oh, if my deadline was 10 minutes from now,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't change as much as I'd like to, of course. What would I change? I would probably tidy everything up as much as I can. If that was my deadline time, I would just spend my time tidying things up.
What is tidying up for you?
Just details. Make sure everything is nice and tidy. For example, this shit right here. Stuff like that.
Okay. If you were going to do this all again, what would and that was your plan, right? To recolor everything.
Hmm.
If you're going to do it all over again, what would you avoid doing next time around?
I would try to plug in bigger colors and have a more interesting palette from the get-go instead of adding in little details as I go. That's what I would try to focus most.
Okay. I'm behind all of what you've said so far. Um, who's teaching everyone to use commas for their adverbs? You might want to read that massive wall of text in your spare time. I read it, FlameFoxx. I apologize that I don't have very much to contribute to that specific conversation. I will say that British soldiers are probably more widely skilled than US soldiers, but we have more nukes, so we don't need to train our soldiers.
Oh my god. This is a weapons race? Arms race?
See,
Is this an arms race?
if you try and send your soldiers at us, we just nuke everything you hold dear, including your pubs. And, it's hard. It's hard being the guy with all of the nukes. But if we've got to end the world because people are insulting us and bringing our global image down, if if you guys want to bring to light our recurring imperialism and put it into the media, we have no choice but to blow you up. You know? I'm sorry that's the way it is, but if you are going to assault our right and the globe's right to freedom, then we should just blow up everyone. Because what's more free than that, right? Free from the constraints of reality, you know, free from the 5 day work week, um, free from the social alcoholistic struggles of belonging somewhere. Plus, everyone's so ready for Fallout 4. What if we could make the world like that? You know? Wouldn't that be worthwhile? Everyone's screaming for virtual reality. What about actual reality? Frank, I posted something about this the other day in the group chat, by the way. There's a guy who's
Blowing
doing a
smoke?
tutorial on smoke.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not catch it. I did not catch it.
We don't want to take your pubs. We want to blow them up. We just want to take them from you, not possess them. Frank, let me find that smoke tutorial for you.
Yeah, sure. That would be nice.
Hype? Hype smoke tutorial? Hype? Smoke tutorial. Hype? Here we go. I think your smoke is better than this guy's smoke, though. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass, Frank.
Oh my god. Well, it's a different type of smoke. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, it's fluid.
Cloud mono in Blender. Yeah, it looks like a 3D animation.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this is really, really useful. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, no problem. I saw that the other day, and I thought maybe it would come in handy, but I didn't know.
Yeah. That's a nice. Yeah, that's a different style of smoke, though.
Yeah, not wispy. It's more substantial, kind of industrial smog.
Yeah.
Frank, you know, looking at it from a distance, if you had to pull one color out to predominate in a few small areas, what would you choose? Like, what color do you want to see more of?
What color do you want to see more of? I don't know. I mean, it's not about one certain particular color for me. It's more about the assembly of colors that's not quite there as I would like. So yeah, it's more about the color composition. You know, it's not about changing one. It's about getting the better values somewhere.
Explain that more to me.
Well, colors, you know, they work in color changes depending on what colors are around them. They work in unison, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a good color composition is like building a like building or like creating a song, for example. You know, what notes certain notes interact with each other and change the way they feel. So you have to bring it all together.
And analogically speaking, if we're looking at a song, what elements of the song are off to you at the moment? You say that the colors are there, but they're not working in harmony with one another. Is it that there are too many values at play? Is it that okay, go ahead.
I'd like more definition. I think the light is a bit too over the place, and there are a bit maybe too many highlights. Maybe I need a stronger shadow somewhere as well.
Viewers attend the Skype group chat. Gosu Skills rather. There's a link to the community dev chat beneath the video, and you can post. What you do is you take that, you copy it, you paste it into a chat with anyone, and then you press enter, and it'll take you to our dev chat. If you join that one, if there's a point in time during the stream where we're not specifically working on something, we usually call people from the dev chat in. And Ghost Skills says it's lacking color depth. Do you agree
Like
with that statement?
color text. Yeah, I think I don't know exactly what he would call color depth, but I agree that it's certainly lacking. But you know, again, it's like a really small size. You can see it get pixelated really fast, and it
Hmm.
was something really fast. So it's not like
Hey Frank.
Oh, it's the
yeah,
Cody.
Cody.
Hey,
What's up, Cody?
I think it looks really good. I think what might be throwing you off is the specular lighting on it, or is really tight, like that little dot above the center window,
Yeah,
and
this
things like
one.
that make it look like it's not the material that you want it to be. Maybe it might seem like it's a little glossier or like almost
Yeah.
like not as matte colored.
I think you're right, Cody. I think that is what maybe we're seeing. And it
And that's
does.
that's my problem a lot of times is I just like I'll just work on it until I basically alter the material that it is, and it's all of a sudden like a different. It's made out of a different material, and it looks weird.
There you go. From the voice above himself.
From the person who just does line work.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I don't know. What more can I do here, Kiwi?
Are you talking about animations?
Yeah, animations or whatever. We could go through
Could go. Sure.
different stuff.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we get Cody to paste that into what he's been working on, and just see what it
Okay.
looks like in terms of like a unified image. Because we can keep on working on it a lot for like a long time, and you can even redo colors on it later. But I actually like how it looks. There are a couple things that I'm sure could be changed to make it look better. But let's just assume that we went with this right now, and see how it fits into the aesthetic of Valley proper.
Okay, I'm just gonna send this file to Cody and
Yeah,
have him do whatever he wants with this.
sounds perfect.
Okay. Cody, good luck.
Sure, I've actually been working on a bunch of rough designs, so I really don't have. It's already way more finished than what I would put it in.
Okay, that's
But I mean, that's okay.
yeah, yeah.
Cody is sending you to subscribe the file.
Frank, what
Oh.
I'm really impressed by is that looks a lot like Cody's style. Like
Yeah, my wife actually came by and saw it and was like, "Did you do that? Because that looks like your stuff, but I've never seen it."
yeah.
So
So like that's
Well, I took the colors mostly from Cody's work and the lines of his as well. So I don't know.
FlameFoxx. The karaoke's coming. I can't bust that out until after 6. Frank, to me, to be able to emulate someone else's style and to not be happy with it, because it's like there are things you see in it that you would like to improve. Like that says more about you as an artist than any like if I were going to give someone an example of what you work like, that would be it. You are fastidious, like just meticulous about the details, and you
Yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm all of the details or something like that, but it's hard for me to do something where I'm sure this happens to everyone that does stuff where I'm actually happy with it and it's what I meant to do all along, you know.
Yeah, but like I think it's a really positive thing. I mean, maybe it causes you to spend a lot of time on things and be somewhat unhappy with them. But I could never. I know a lot of people would never get this close to emulating someone else's style, and still like the fact that you're still unhappy with it is is so telling. Like you not only did you do it so well, but you're still working on it. So I don't know, Frank. I think we could have put you in any position working on any given thing in this project, and you would have blown us away. I'm glad you're in the animation wheelhouse, though.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm getting into traditional animation as well, so that's pretty interesting.
Have you been playing around with that a lot? Oh, and see that, and that looks really good too. Now that you're bringing it
Yeah,
into the color environment that it's a part of.
looks a bit better.
Yeah. No, I think that looks very natural.
Yeah.
And you know, I think the thing about it is maybe like the relative color of it was.
Yeah, maybe this layer was. It's what I tell you. You see how it changes when you change the color of the background.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The lights are not so strong, so it's not so.
Balanced in its own environment. Actually, when it, yeah, yeah, that's. Well, the bottle of beer is open, FlameFoxx. I just have to drain the rest of my cocktail. I'm going through it slowly. I think, honestly, I think the first drink of the day should be the slowest drink. I maybe have explained this on stream before, but when I drink my first drink very slowly, I tend to pace myself better. And if I have to work meaningfully with my teammates tonight, I don't want to be unprofessional and get sloshed. Because the game jam comes first, the drunken karaoke comes second. Even though it is your wish, and you come first in my eyes, FlameFoxx. Yeah, you know, Frank, I think that looks great.
Thank you, Kirby. Oh, check this out. I've also been doing some stuff with the Garcil test. Do you remember the Garcil
Yeah,
time
yeah,
test?
yeah. Yeah, let me see that.
So the bottom left is the most updated flying model. This one is the top right is the original.
Uh-huh.
I think the bottom left looks
Yo,
a
that's
bit
much
nicer.
tighter.
Yeah.
More frames. Yeah, that looks great, Frank.
So we also need to talk about this. I mean, what kind of animations does this little guy has to do? For example, an attacking animation. What would be his weapon of choice? For example,
I,
how would he attack?
I think what happens is, Frank, are you able to see the cam for the stream itself?
Yeah,
This is gonna pop up on the stream. I'm gonna do an impression of what I think he would do, and it's gonna be nothing like the actual animation would do. It's probably going to confuse you, and perhaps won't be helpful at all. But I'm going to do it because it feels right to mimic the action of the thing. My thought is he's flapping in the air, which you'll probably only be able to see the shoulder movements are of. He's flapping in the air during most of his animation sequences. When he goes to do anything action-based, he flaps his wings one last time, lands on the Cavalier's shoulder, arches his back, moves his head up, and then just spits fire at the enemy.
So this guy will have to settle himself on the Cavalier's shoulder.
Yeah.
With the wings wide open and spit fire from there.
Well, I think he would come down with his wings up and then bring them in. Like,
well, but spitting fire with the wings open is also kind of the way you spit fire, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't we decide to keep him as like a always flying thing?
I thought we had decided something like that because it's honestly a lot simpler to animate. You know, if I had to animate the guy coming down, I would have to add some legs animations and make them work with the Cavalier in different settings. But it's not much work, but it's a bit more work.
If you can get it so that There are two things I'm thinking now. The first thing I'm thinking is, of course you're right. From an assets perspective, with the time we have left, it's much better to just have it do the thing, to breathe fire. The second thing I'm thinking is that from like a legacy perspective, the reason that we had him in this like as the shape in general was to get the visual nod to a mount being like it's kind of like a sight gag, you know. Everything here is supposed to be something that he would mount, but he clearly can't mount this little thing, so it mounts him instead.
Yeah, I get it. So, for example, this little guy would have to come on and hop on this forward shoulder from the cavalier, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't that even looks pretty natural, the way you had him
Yeah,
just sitting there.
yeah. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do some legs and have the legs kind of pop into the cavalier shoulder, tack like that, and then maybe
Frank, if
yeah,
if it ends up being a problem or ends up taking a lot of time, don't worry about it. If it's something that you think you can like pull off at about the same speed as him just flying and doing the animation, then that's fine. But if it ends up taking some time, don't worry about it at all.
no, I think I can do it. Yeah, I think I can easily do it. And so that's the main attack. He spits fire,
He spits
right?
fire. Yeah.
And then the hit taken animation, with all the mounts so far, the hit taken was the same for the Cavalier and for the Garset. But I'm guessing in this particular scenario, we'll have to distinguish between the both.
When he takes a hit, he's never going to be landing and staying. He'll be
Yeah,
landing for the animation, then going back to flying. So there's no
yeah,
way that he can be hit while he's on the Cavalier. So you won't have to worry about a hit taking animation with the Cavalier and the mount together.
yeah. Okay,
Bless you.
perfect. So that's not a problem.
Yeah.
And
I don't
then,
think he's actually going to land for any extended period, just for the thing itself.
yeah.
No, I'm very happy with the animation.
Okay, that could be easily done, Kirby.
Okay. I'm
Uh,
happy to hear that.
and yeah.
Cody, do we have an image to move to? Or is it still in progress?
It's I mean, I've got the image. I got the image from Frank. The thing I have though isn't really. I I think it'd be as bad as beneficial as putting it on a piece of blank paper right now.
Oh, okay. Um,
It's still like this. Trying to get everything scrunched into one scene. It's really tricky.
yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, luckily there are only 4 or 5 points of interest.
Well, I could keep going with something here.
Frank, honestly, what I would say is maybe we move on to a different structure.
Sure, sure.
Um,
Wait,
using the lessons that we learned from the first one. Uh,
so we're gonna pick another structure.
yeah, Frank, which one's your favorite